All right, so here we go. So, dear dog lovers, you know, you have a thing called patio dining, and then you have this thing called pet-friendly patio dining. Listen, I get it. You love your dog, but if I go to a patio establishment that welcomes pets, and I look over and I'll see a dog giving the flatware head, pardon me, that's straight up public nasty, right? But if I'm going out on a hot date and I look over and I see a dog, I don't care how cute, bad, or indifferent the dog is. If he's doing the drop and you bag the joint up, but everybody else is sitting around eating and you don't budge, you don't move, there's no adjustment for that particular situation. I mean, let's just be clear. That's not a pet-friendly patio dining. Why don't you just call it a dog park? Because if I'm out getting a slice, then understand that. I mean, it's getting kind of fair outside, and some of us like myself, we live for the cuisine, or we live for the patio dining, and I'm here for it, but I don't want no sauce. Listen, just understand the difference between pet-friendly and just letting your dog or your pet do whatever the hell they want to do. I got to say this the other day. I got to say this about the other day because all of us witnessed it. There's kind of been a drought in sports right now. We're kind of tweener, right? Outside of the NBA, which has failing numbers right now. I will say falling numbers. How about that? With the NBA, we're kind of looking for that next thing, right? We're looking for the source of entertainment that can give us that voila. And boxing was up on deck, and you had Tank versus Roach. I'm just going to be honest, where some of you have already. A lot of this may seem like recap because of the timing of the drop. And for those of you out there who are saying, hey, yo, why didn't I get my drop yesterday? Hey, listen, I understand. Timing is everything. Trust me. And do me a favor. All I need you to do is just be honest with me, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a hater, please drop it in the comments. I welcome that also. But back to the fight, right? Let's just be honest. Tank, you lost that fight. Right? Roach was giving you the business. He never took steps back. He never was a rope-a-dope style boxer. He came to you with the right and the left, and I'll be honest, it was pound for pound. After each round, I kept saying, Tank is going to get him in this round. No, he's holding off. He's waiting to 6. No, maybe he's waiting for 7. Maybe he's playing the odds on the bet, and he's going to take him out later on in the fight. No, and then I'll say this, right? And shame on you, Tank, for throwing your hairdresser or your hair braider under the bus for braiding your hair using grease. Listen, my man, you didn't just start boxing 3 weeks ago. You didn't just start boxing 3 years ago. You've been in the game for a hot minute. And I'll be honest with you, to blame that knee you took on the hairdresser who braided your hair. Listen, my man, I understand you want to be fly. And I heard Cam say on It Is What It Is podcast that it's one thing to be fly. We always here for the fly. Matter of fact, we show up for the fly. We're here for the fly. But I'll be honest, there's a time and place for everything. If you want to be reign supreme in a boxing world and you want to leave your legacy in the ring, my man, leave all that swagger and all of that out of the door, right? You got to show up raw, bushy hair, everything, and go get your crown. When you see Clarissa Shields show up, she don't look like Clarissa Shields. But when you look at her outside of the ring, she's fly. She's dope. She knows how to turn it on. She knows how to turn it off. And when she get in that ring, I'm like, oh, she's turned on. So Tank, all I can say is this: when you challenge Roach, or when Roach challenge you to this fight, whatever the arrangements are, Tank, whoever you fight, it's gonna bring in numbers. But I don't think you were prepared to fight Roach. And anytime you start to talk that retirement talk, it kind of does something to your psyche when it comes to being prepared for the big bout. But I'll just say it if some of you haven't already. Baltimore, what's up? What's up? How you want to curry? But I'll say this, Tank, you lost that fight, my man. And I think the judges, as well as the Fight Association, did you a solid. You guys have to excuse me for a minute. I'm getting some frequency disturbances right now. So pardon me as I deal with these. They're not technical difficulties. They're not planned difficulties. They're just difficulties.
And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is Americans. I ain't never gonna pretend that I give a damn. Anybody who's offended, come get it, we throwing hands. Anybody not trying to make America great again. You a punk, you a clown, better know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. The flag.
They try to cancel me and say that I'm a racist. at the White House? We back in here. We waiting on President Donald J. Trump.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Big time.
I look so good in the red.
And I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough.
Your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched.
The president has kicked Zelensky out of the White House. His delegation right now is telling him that he's got to go home, is being told he's got to go. The lunch that they were supposed to have is sitting right outside the hallway, and the press staffers are going to be eating that lunch. This is really pretty incredible. We see the
Jackie,
SUV,
hang on with us one
Zelensky's
moment.
SUV.
If you look to your left, you're going to see him. Let's watch.
Mr. President, is the deal off? President Zelensky, can you tell us what happened?
Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth, Ruth.
You're right, Brother Sam. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I have no objections, Brother Sam. I have no objections. We're in the age of cancel culture judged by the court of public opinion. And I'll be careful with my words, but just in case today, not sure if it matters because we're claiming free speech to be the way to go. But I'll keep it going in my jargon of if I drop a noun, a pronoun, an adjective, or even an expletive, which you may get one today. Don't hold me to it. You guys know what it is. I'm just here to pod. Pardon my manners from pods before, but I'm Dante, also known as Mecca Don, the Don Mecca. Some may call me coach. Some may call me ref, but if you know, you do know. Some may even call me Rick James. Why? Because I'm cold-blooded. Speaking of cold-blooded, I was doing my thing the other day at a kickback. And I said, hey, yo, I got a creative playlist that I want to drop for you guys in the form of DJ Selector. Y'all willing to rock with me? Everybody said, yeah. I love kickbacks, by the way. So I said, listen, I'm going to do a set, and you guys got to give me your word. Give me your word, right? Right. So if I drop a jam and it offends anybody, would you please come up to the DJ booth and tell me? Everybody said, I got you. Do your thing, Mac. Do your thing, Don. All right, cool. So I dropped this set called Cancel Culture. Right. And I was thinking about the hëDØNižm podcast, and I dropped the first one, and everybody was like, oh, snap, you took me back. And they were vibing. Why? Not because of cancel culture, but because it's a slap. Now, listen, when we all get our headphones on, when we all get in our vehicles, when we all get in the privacy of our homes, sometimes we play those songs that cancel culture has written off. For whatever reason it may be, it may have been written off. But I'll say this again, sometimes you have to separate the art from the artist. But as a DJ, you know there's a library of archives of slaps, and they go hard. But I'll just say this, regarding that cancel culture set, DJs take heed. I rocked out for an hour and a half of cancel culture slaps. Speaking of cancel culture, this one right here is a doozy. One of the attorneys representing Diddy pulled out of the case. I said it, he pulled out of the case. You guys may have heard attorney Anthony Rico filed a motion stating, and I quote, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Diddy Combs, end quote. And that's according to NBC News. Now, this left, it's not so much that he pulled out, but this left the door open for the following: speculation, subjectivity, and it even made some people wonder, oh, he may have seen something that's out of pocket. So he's pulling out because he know for this reason of what he witnessed that he can't represent Diddy in this case. There are also some speculations that maybe he just has issues. Maybe he has a condition. Maybe he has an illness. Maybe there's something tied up to the dates that this may be going on and on, kind of like Thugger's case, that he said, nah, I don't want to tie to this. Or could it just be conflicts that are keeping him from continuously digging into the case for Diddy? And as you know, Diddy, listen, this dude was hit with more than 30 civil lawsuits accusing him of misconduct over decades. Just because of the timing of this drop, I will say this: we have to be careful as to how we Monday morning quarterback right now. And let me give a pod addendum right now, because last time in the pod I said it, but I don't think I was as crystal clear as I can make myself. But let me be clear. In this game, or in this world, or business, if you will, of podcasting, you just can't come out throwing grenades. What does that mean? Some of us are tied to jobs that we go to. Some of us employers, some of us are employees, some of us are entrepreneurs, some of us are tied to partnerships where we can't just get on a pod and start flipping our gums. So sometimes you got to tightrope this thing. Even myself, in this setting, I got to be careful. And I'm telling you, to all of you that are on social media, being Twitter thugs, right? Out there just recklessly posting things. You got to be careful. You can't come in Monday morning quarterbacking like you used to, because of the state and urgency of our country. Follow me and I'll explain a little bit more. But I have to ask, right, as I tightrope this thing, who CC'd Elon Musk to the He-Man Woman Hater Club confidential group chat? Like, who CC'd him on it? You know how you have that group chat, the next thing you know, you get a green bubble? Where did the green bubble come from? We've been blue all of this time, and then all of a sudden we get a response in a group chat, a bling or notification, and then there's a green bubble. Who CC'd Musk? Why does he keep popping up at these most prestigious decision-making panels? But my bad. I think it was POTUS Trump who asked the co-president, I'm sorry, his business partner, I'm sorry, the little homie, I'm sorry, little saint, to the confidentiality board meetings. But as you know, this was POTUS Trump's first cabinet meeting. And I can't put it any nicer, so let me just say it like a TI is. Cats were in there straight up being yes man cheerleaders. Then on top of that, I'll ask again, who invited this dude to the meeting? And help me understand, guys, because this is the head scratcher for me, right? If President Zelensky was questioned about his attire during wartime as to how he showed up in the Oval Office, then shouldn't we hold Musk in the same accountability? I mean, let's just be clear. Elon Musk showed up in the cabinet meeting like Silent Bob. Or should I say the trench coat mafia? Mafia? I mean, this dude showed up and here's the kicker, right? Trump asked Elon to get up and explain 5 bullet points. I'll say that again, 5 bullet points, almost like Elon has been asking the federal workers.
Elon, if you could get up and explain where you are, how you're doing, and how much we're cutting, and it's an honor to have you.
And Elon just kind of hovers over everyone like yay.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
And then, boys and girls, Musk then takes the defense by saying,
and taking a lot of flack and getting a lot of death threats, by the way.
So then, boys and girls, POTUS Trump says,
Musk.
I mean, anybody unhappy with Elon, if you are, we'll throw him out of here.
You either with me or against me, yo. But yes, boys and girls, this is season 2 of episode 47 of the You're Fired America show. And I ask you, stay tuned for this hypothetical commercial break.
Donald is coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1.
Listen, Trump has been in the office approximately 6 weeks, and according to him, America is back. This is the golden age of America. He claims this to be the best time in American history. He's calling it the golden era, as if he's dropping bars relating to hip hop being the golden era. But most recently, during the address that Trump delivered, the Dems was not having it. More specifically, the Dems Congressman Al Green.
I like to say one thing, and that is love and happiness. Right on. Right on the board of midnight special. Lord mercy. I think I better say it again. It's something that can make you do wrong now. I wonder, can I get a witness this evening?
No. Not the love and happiness Al Green. But Congressman Al Green was removed. Now, when it comes to Trump's address to Congress, now we've seen this before, right? Under different presidents or former presidents that has made their address to Congress, you've always had cheers and sneers and jeers from the participants who are there. If they're with you, you get the claps or the standing O's, right? And it's consecutive, it's repetitive, it's call and respond. Today, I'm going to turn the TV off before I go to bed, right? Or you'll get, tonight, I'm going to turn the TV off before I go to bed. Right? You get one or the other, and it's quite entertaining. And if you want some extreme entertainment, you have to look at the Speaker of the House and also who holds the chair, which is usually Madam or the VP of the United States, which holds those two seats during the address. But after hearing President Donald Trump speak, one thing that I can say. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no longer about policy. This is no longer about law. Nor is it about the Constitution. What is it about? This, to me, this is according to Rick James, right? Because I'm cold-blooded. But not to toot, but this gives me all too familiarity with lordship, what it is to be a kingsman or a king. And I'm not quite there yet, but I'm starting to see the brand of dictatorship. Why? Because of Kim Jong-un and the visit that Trump had over there when he said that he has things in order. Oh, how nice it is to see how he has everybody sitting up straight. I mean, when he enters a room, President Trump glorified that. We're starting to see more and more alignment with Trump-Putin. Say it ain't so, but we're starting to see that. Is it subjective? You be the judge. But allegedly, it seems like there's an alignment, not as a middleman, but with Putin. Fam, we're looking at the making of a real life Thanos. And he's after land, minerals, vibranium. I mean, you name it. What else does a man have to gain that has all the money in the world? So much that you can't spend it all. I mean, that's a lot of money. You can give and give, and you can buy, but all of a sudden you can't spend it all. And if you look at the projected lifestyle and the statistical data of the lifespan of a human being, you're not going to live long enough to spend all of that bread. I hate to be morbid, but sometimes we don't look at the perspective of things and what it really is. What else are you trying to gain? We've heard of money, power, and respect. What's the key to life? We've heard of all of those things. But what is it that you're trying to gain? I think, ladies and gentlemen, that he pointed out before he took this administration that it would look like this. So I'm going to go way back to what I've been doing for nearly a year. Does this administration align with your personal views on your current and your future. Are you getting the ROI out of your vote? Are you getting the return on investment for your vote? If not, comment down below. Comment down below. I'm sorry if you have the courage. But as Trump was addressing Congress, it's always had its division, right? Now, and I've said that before, but looking at Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and J.D. Vance, I mean, you have to think of the pregame, right? Before the game, right? Sometimes the game can be the easiest thing accomplished, but the preparation is sometimes harder than the actual game. In the military, training was war, and war should be like practice or like training, right? So when you think about it, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was set up a long time ago for this reason and this reason alone. When Reverend Al Green was kicked out of the House, pardon me, you guys know I'm just podding, right? You have to think about Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and how he read the order for the Sergeant at Arms or the Master at Arms to remove this gentleman. In other words, while President Trump is speaking, don't say a damn thing. You heard? But it appears to be more like what this is according to me, right? So this is subjective, but it's appearing to me to be more like a mob movie, right? And you do two things. You line up to kiss my ham sandwich, or you line up to smooch on this ring. Which one you want? You're going to do one or the other. And I dare you to say something, because if you do, I'm cutting off your air. I'm cutting off your water. I'm cutting off your finances. I'm cutting off your digital currency. You got to understand, big tech is behind big T. Ah, man, it's crazy. It's different. It's different. But you know what? There's always a clapback, right? And it's either going to come with a little tea. It may come with a little shade. And like Dre 3 Stacks said at the award show, the North, Canada, got something to say.
The United States launched a trade war against Canada, their closest partner and ally, their closest friend. At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin, a lying, murderous dictator. Make that make sense. Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake. Now, just like I did a month ago, I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. Now I want to speak directly to one specific American, Donald. In the over 8 years you and I have worked together, we've done big things. And now we should be working together to ensure even greater prosperity for North Americans in a very uncertain and challenging world. Now, it's not in my habit to agree with the Wall Street Journal, but Donald, they point out that even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do. We two friends fighting is exactly what our opponents around the world want to see.
Hey, listen, we're in the age of cancel culture judged by the court of public opinion. And today I tried to be careful with my words, but it's a lot going on. And if I dropped a noun, an adjective, a pronoun, or even an expletive, please don't hold me to it. You guys know what it is. I'm just here to pod. But if I can end with one thing, I just want to drop a quote from the historic play Macbeth. And that is, life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. William Shakespeare.